is why wrestling sucks.
You a dumb, me tell you.
You a moron, I's right.
Just shut the funk up, baby, and let's have some fun.
Bienvenidos a Diosas y Cosas Hermosas, reparto, el luchador grasa Lucas Walker. Además, el hombre peludo de Funkmaster V. Las mujeres tienen relaciones sexuales, debido a la realización que viene de estos cerebros.
Baby, let me tell you something. I'm wearing my favorite t-shirt. I got sunglasses on at midnight, and me and Luke Walker are headed towards superstardom, and all the haters be on the ground looking up because they can't even comprehend what they're looking at because you're listening to God Makes Beautiful Things on OneGimmickWorld.com and the Offshoots Radio Network.
None of that is happening.
No. Absolutely not. Now, I do have my favorite T-shirt on though.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I'm so old I can't. I'm so old I can't wear sunglasses at this hour. I could fall over. But
it hurts my ears.
They put a lot of pressure on my ear holes.
Well, hey, I mean, we had a whole other. We had another episode. Whatever is this? 14.
I'd have to 15. Look now. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lost episode now because we recorded one and we're not going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, it so much happened in our lives that, we recorded it about a week ago, and then
11 days, believe it or not.
11 days ago, we had a whole mess going on, and we're coming off some good heat. I mean, our last actually, the Bestiality podcast is over, I think, 6,000 listens.
It's world famous.
It's world famous. Bestiality is worth a lot.
And the sad thing is, that's not even really my story. I just took it from a source and then gave it to the world. But I'm glad.
Yeah, but that's how great stories are told. I mean, you didn't write the Bible either, but you share it with people, don't you?
That's Donald Trump's second favorite book now.
Oh, is it? Oh man, no, but it's a great mood, man. Great weekend. I didn't see you much, but I saw you on the television set.
Oh, I saw you too, brother man. What were you doing on there?
I was putting myself over.
How dare you? How dare you?
Whatever you do in wrestling, don't put yourself over.
Oh Lord.
Anyway, no, we were made our debut yesterday with an episode that was everybody that I've talked to that are casual wrestling fans. 4.5 million people watch WWE. Probably 500,000 of those people are people that go, I hate the WWE. This angle is stupid. Why did they blah, 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 and they did this, and why don't they put the belt on Daniel Bryan? And that's about, half a million. That's about probably the 0.5 of the 4.5 million people that watch the show. So, do you think that they're really broadcasting to those 0.5 million people or the 4 million people that are just watching the show enjoying it?
Well, we'll even put it in back. I don't want to derail you from the get-go, but the point is this, we're putting together a wrestling show. Me and you are on the creative. We're not even it's not even mine. We're not producing the thing. We're helping.
No, someone else's vision that we are adding. It's somebody else's sandwich that we're putting the lettuce and tomatoes on.
That's right. We're just working for $7 an hour. Great American Wrestling. We like the idea. We have sat down, and this is not going to hurt anything because there's been, how many people have watched the show and the replay? We don't know, and there's only a fraction of those who are going to listen to this podcast, so we're not going to let the cat out of the bag. I mean, the first taping we had at the Great American Wrestling, there were a lot of problems because it was a product that was born out of a lot of dysfunction.
Well, and let me throw an analogy at you. Basically, what you saw this week, and I liked it. I mean, and I said the casual fans freaking loved it.
Right.
But what you saw was basically like reading the epilogue to a book and then saying this, and then you didn't even get into the meat of the story. I mean, everything is at the beginning stages, and some of the matches you saw, those, some of those people you'll never see again. There's a guy that fired himself, and there's, two other guys that came in that we don't even know who they are. and they were
Right.
they're funny guys. They were all funny guys, you know, and said it's a good. It was funny to see him on TV and stuff, and be like, I don't even know his name, you know.
Well, we're lucky the announcers did.
Yeah, well, so I think they didn't. I think one time, like King Shane had that Keith Michaels goof in like a move, and he's like, King Shane has got a
Bop.
yeah, oh yeah.
Or how about Mark Green, such a mark for Shane Daniels, the sole heavyweight champion, that he called Shane Williams the Shane Daniels on air. But
My theory on that is Mark Green is so in love with Shane Daniels that he randomly just says Shane Daniels out loud.
He says it
And
in sleep.
that's what happened.
And that's going to make Brad Cash jealous. But that's some deeper stuff you'll see in some later episodes.
I carry a microphone. I have a $600 microphone that I bring with me to every show. Because how many times have cordless mics just crapped out on you? You know?
They're the worst. And then here's the thing about independent wrestling that cracks me up too, is that everybody thinks that we work for the WWE, so they take these $100, $200, $50, whatever, how much they were, these wireless mics, which are expensive, and they just slam them on the ground after their second match promo that led to a double count out. And it's just like, hey, a-hole,
See,
easy on the mic.
I could never drop the mic because my favorite thing in the world to do, and I've done it to you a few times, is cut a promo and then turn the mic off and hand it to somebody who tries to talk into it with it turned off. It's my favorite rib in the world.
That's a pretty good one. Let me tell you something. Oh, hold on a second. And then you hear the guy sitting there. What's funny, you got a badass, some bald-headed Texan-looking guy with big muscles, and he's sitting there trying to figure out how to turn a microphone on.
And he stops. He has to stop and look it over. It's such an easy but great rib. You know?
And it's like asking a guy who's a rodeo cowboy, hey, can you take apart this robot real quick? He's just sitting there looking at it with that look, like, oh my God, what is this? But
I got to tell you this story really quick before we get into this. So I'm sitting there. I'm feeling great today. I'm sitting in the chair, and my whole family's in the room, and we're waiting for Walking Dead, the Fear of the Walking Dead, which was just it's really making it hard for me to watch.
It was better this week.
Yeah, what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm waiting for like a band of badass Crips to come along and kill the people that are on the show, and then they become the main characters.
Okay, and honestly, all right, and I know you're telling a story, and I hate interrupting, but
you're interrupting we're doing Inception interruptions.
Yes, exactly. It's like an explosion of an interruption. But anyway, it's like a Chinese fireworks warehouse exploding. Anyway, Hollywood and the world, come on, man. There is racism. The first three character fatalities on Fear the Walking Dead are all black men.
And the last one looked just like Obama.
Looked just like Obama. Now, me and Luke are not Democrats or anything, but, stop it. Let one white guy die in the middle of all that. I mean, if I was a black man, I'd be like sitting there with my popcorn with my kids, and I'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? Could you imagine the actor? He goes home to his family and he's all bummed out, and they're like, "Did you get the job?" He's like, "Yeah." What job did you go for? I'm on The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. That's the biggest show ever. You got? No, I'm black. That may be on one episode. But anyway, so I'm sitting there, and like my daughter's sitting on the bed talking to my wife. And they're, she's doing her homework, and they're having a good old time laughing. And my son's in the other room, and I'm sitting there on the chair, and I got a fan sitting on the coffee table next to me, blowing on me, and it's feeling pretty good, And what's up, dude? See you come over, give me a hug. And so my boy walks in, and he's got a bowl full of chili, and he walks to the back side of the fan and farts in it. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I don't have a boy around anymore.
Yeah, blue fart right all over me. That high power fart blowing. No, like I said, that first show, it wasn't. it wasn't really our vision. We were able to start some stuff that start plant some seeds that maybe not even pay off for 4, 5, 6 shows, 4, 5, 6 months. And so, I mean, and I'm not down in the show at all. I thought it was fantastic. It looked, I mean, the look of it, even though the lighting, we've got a different lighting system now. That'll be seen on the second show. But still,
the biggest problem of the TV show was the audio, and Ricky Morton sounded like.
Well, if I would have known, if the audio, the PA system took a dump on us. Right. 3 minutes before showtime. I mean, the show had to start 20 minutes late because we're trying to fix the audio, or they were trying to fix the audio system. And if they would have come up to me and said, "Shit, the audio's out," I had my Behringer PA amplifier that it was every bit as good as their PA system sitting there that we could have used.
Yeah. But positive wise, crowd looked good. I thought it was shot pretty well.
I loved it. Yeah.
I liked your promo in the beginning, kind of the origin stuff. I think it's good. I mean, I think that was a good promo just because it was partial shoot in some ways, but it's also it's a great it's almost like it. And I think it's good for other wrestling shows to maybe think about something like this. Now, maybe not do that character, but why is everybody here? Why are all these little weird guys on television wrestling around this wrestling ring? And it's a good way to say, hey, you know what? These are guys that they're all trying to scrap for something.
Well, we've got about 20 main roster guys and another 10 spots that are like rotating roster guys. So it's like you don't want everybody to just be nobody. You just, hey, there's this guy. I want to know why Christian Lotus is wrestling. I want to know why people are wrestling.
He is.
Not just, hey, this guy wrestled for WWE in NXT for 3 weeks. So, that's why he's here. So what?
So,
and I mean, our product looked, the look of it was great. The wrestling, Caddy versus Menace, which, that's the beginning of a long story. But the Caddy
was a good match too.
Yeah, anytime you put those two guys in a ring with almost anybody, it's going to be great. And yeah. They kicked off the show the right way, and like I said, we didn't have a chance to arrange the matches. I would have arranged them differently. I would have put different people in different areas, but the stories are still going to be told, and you gotta hang with it to really see where we're going. Right now we're just introducing characters, and that's the problem I had. But it's still, it's great because it gave us a hurdle to overcome that we actually overcame before we even knew it was a problem. It was we don't need, this School of Morton match is awesome. Ricky Morton, unfortunately, the microphone is, you almost had to eat that microphone for us to hear you right.
And he's got a unique voice anyway. He's kind of got that. He's almost got like a Leon Redbone kind of thing going on about him. He's like, drop kick my jacket through the door.
I'm gonna tell a Ricky Morton story really quick from backstage of that show. I've been in the locker rooms. You've been in locker rooms. Most of the people listening have met wrestlers. Name wrestlers. There's very few people you can say that's anywhere that's ever watched wrestling that if you said Ricky Morton, they're like, who? So Ricky Morton's a name guy. But we've worked with tons of name guys. And, they'll come in, there'll be dicks. They'll, latch on to one guy that's going to buy them beer later or, and, some of them, Mabel and King Kong Bundy, always been real genuinely good guys. But Ricky just comes in and he lights up a locker room. And he goes around, he's telling stories to people. But I'm standing there and I'm standing there with Christian Lotus and Ricky Morton walks over and, he says, hey, kid. He looks at Christian Lotus and says, what? Hey, did you see these? And then he puts his hand down by his belt or by his, his waistline. And Christian looks a little closer and goes, what? These nuts! I'm on the fucking floor. I'm like, Ricky Morton with his mullet and everything pulled off a D's nuts.
Well, you know what's fun, and talking about the show Great American, the first TV episode, and it was, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it was hit and miss. There was some stuff that was great, there was some stuff that was bad, there was some stuff that was fair. But one of my favorite moments of the show, though, I thought it was cool that having something like the School of Morton. I know it's promoting his school and everything, and it was real cool that his students put on a match. It was very, you could tell they're new, but they did a lot of cool moves, and they're both guys that are in shape and stuff. And Ricky was going on and on about him, and after the match, Ricky had the crowd, give him an ovation again and stuff, and it was just real cool. I know he's putting his show, his school over and everything, but it's really kind of neat to have something that has that much history and something that I respect so much a part of the show, and to see kind of fingerprints of Ricky Morton all over the place.
And when Mark Green Mark Green's our ring announcer and commentator, and he's kissing Ricky's ass, and it's funny because Ricky's totally fabling him on the commentary, if you can ever hear it. He's like, Mark Green's like, Ricky Morton, the legendary, the rock and roll man. Hell, I love you, Ricky. I want to polish up your nuts. What do you have to say? Well, my wrestling gym is in Chucky, Tennessee.
Yeah, he was like, hey, I just want to say that we're in Chucky and we're having a great time. But it was good to see, Ricky was having fun, and anytime you see somebody having fun, that's great. And, the other parts of the show, we said Cadillac, and Menace, that was a really good match.
A lot of fun, man. I mean, they're a lot of fun with I could watch those two wrestle anybody, seriously. You can give me the worst. You can give me that guy that friggin' ducked the double close and flew through the ropes, and I guarantee you'd have a good match with Menace or Caddy. But that the third match was Brody Josephus versus some other guy that fired himself. I'm not going to bring up his name. I know he's listening. I hear he's kind of a hothead, but man, if the promoter calls you and says, hey, we don't have, we don't have, we already wrote this show. I haven't heard from you, so you'll be on the next show. You don't quit.
Who are you talking about now?
I won't even bring up his name, but I mean, that was kind of a bad move, but hey, good luck to you, brother. I'll see you down the road. The fourth match was some guys from Alabama that like I said, we didn't know nothing about them. One of the guy who actually,
second match.
No, the second match was School Morton. The fourth match was
the second match was Chaos versus.
No, the second match was the School Morton, I thought. Well, anyway, those two guys came in, and I mean they were kind of. I'd like to have, if they lived closer, I could work on them with a little character and stuff because they were kind of.
That wasn't a bad match. I heard some people say some things. But the only thing about that match that kind of bothered me was Chaos had a 7-minute match-long nip slip. And I just wanted to freeze the world and just kind of move his butcher over his boob a little bit.
Yeah, Chaos's nipple was very distracting because I mean it was almost like a Latino woman's nipple, and you didn't know whether you should be turned on or turn the channel.
I knew I didn't have any problem with that. And then what did we have? We had the Mothership, which I thought was serviceable. I'm my own worst critic. But
like I said, there's certain things that I'd have put in order to. Like I would have, somebody else ordered, put everything in order and didn't really think about TV as much as they probably should have. Mm-hmm. Because, like I would have put, a high risk versus DRI or something in that first show.
Attack.
Or I'd have put, there's a King Shane has another match that's fantastic that I would have put on the first, on the opening show. The day it's, whoever wrote it didn't go, this is going to be the debut show on TV, but hey, it's fine because, like I said, this is a marathon. We're And to me, it's really fun and I hope people will see, like every week it gets better and better and better instead of just, giving you, if you give somebody a diamond, they're going to look at the diamond and go, this is cool. But if you give somebody a rough diamond and watch somebody else watch them polish it up, you grow more attached to it.
Well, and I will say this too, and we'll jump up. I mean, we've got 4,000 people, and they don't even know what the hell we're talking about. It's television in Knoxville, and hopefully it's going to be, once it gets polished up a little bit. If you've watched it, and like most of the casual fans enjoyed the show, but you haven't seen nothing yet. It's going to get so good. In fact, a lot of the problems that we had in the first 4 episodes, they all get addressed, and then bada boom, bada bing, it's going to be off to the races. So,
well, and the thing is, it's coming from like us who helped put it together, and the editor was kind of down on himself for a couple minutes, but I'm like, dude, it's don't worry about it, man, because I went to the next Saturday night. I wrestled for ETCW in Union Grove Middle School.
I like Onion Grove. That sounds
Onion Grove. And there was 250 kids there, and their parents were there, and it's middle school kids. And I mean, it was one of those shows that it was a fundraiser. All the middle school kids showed up, watched their teacher beat up somebody. So it was a good time, and lots of kids got paid really well, raised money.
Lots of children got paid really well?
No, I got paid really well.
Oh.
But
how many people did you lead to Jesus?
I could tell you about Jesus. No, they could probably tell me a thing or two. But no, I mean, everywhere I went, I couldn't walk 10 feet in the place without somebody saying, "Oh man, I saw you on TV. That was great." Oh man, little kids getting my autograph. Yeah, I saw you on TV. And I was like, man, I didn't even wrestle. I just cut a promo. But
yeah, and you were the first thing, and most people missed. In fact, I was out changing the brakes, and my wife's like, "It's on, honey." And I'm like, "You didn't tell me 10 minutes so I can wash my damn hands?" And I run in there, and you're in there going, "Ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo." What did you do? You sang or something, didn't you? Or what'd you do? Oh, you cut a promo. That's right. No, I watched it.
I had a friend say that he started the DVR, and the DVR cut off like 30 seconds of it, but it doesn't. It's all. I love the mistakes. My favorite mistake of the show was, King Shane loses the match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so funny.
You could almost kayfabe that though, because it said the winner King Shane. You could almost say, "Hey, it was such an upset they didn't even load Keith Michaels' name in the winner computer."
It's such an upset that we didn't have. It was so unexpected that we didn't even have. We didn't even dream of having a winner Keith Michaels logo.
That's right. It wasn't even rendered. My favorite little faux pas was when Josephus came out to wrestle Bam Bam, and there was about 25 seconds where Josephus just had his arms out in a white robe, and the announcer announced him from the Garden of Eden, which I didn't realize. But he was out there, and he's got the beard. He looks like he's from Jesusville, and you had these kids going, "Are you God?" This is television. You got a guy in there. He's like a monster man, and you got all these people going, "Are you God?
Are you God? What are you? Are you God?
Are you a God?"
Well, see, but that's a beautiful thing. I mean, it was almost painful to sit there for 20. Oh, Jesus.
Jeez. Speaking of painful,
God damn these cats! I want to kill cats.
Why do you have so many? Are you?
I've got 2.
Oh,
but they're fucking assholes.
Well, it sounds like an Abbott Costello routine going all over the place through there.
It is. These cats are straight up fucking assholes. It's like, I mean, they'll knock over a boulder. I don't, they'll break an iron anvil I got out in the yard. But I believe they raped my sister. You all right? Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, like, it was almost painful to watch 20, to the 25 seconds, but it gave me and you and anybody that, has a sense of humor, the time to actually hear the crowd saying stuff like that.
Are you God?
What?
Are you a God? Well,
like
you
God's
know,
third cousin. Are you?
you know, man, this stuff. Now here's the skinny, and a lot of people enjoyed it. We got a lot of positive feedback, which we were apprehensive about some of the stuff. We were like, some of this isn't going to look good, and it was okay. I'm not going to say it was a thumbs up all the way or anything like that, but it was a start, and it's going to get better. That's the thing I feel good about.
Well,
but
I will. Let me say this real quick. I will go ahead and say, and I'm Tony Evans. If you're listening, I'm not knocking you at all, dude. I'm just saying, we were upset with our guffaws and our mistakes, but Tony Gibbons' show comes on after us, NWA Smoky Mountain, and it's NWA Smoky Mountain's probably the most respected company in at least in Tennessee.
Well,
and,
East Tennessee, because I don't know anything out west. I think there's there's Showtime out there, but
almost everybody knows NWA Smoky Mountain and Tony Gibbons. I mean, him and Jason Kincaid and Chase there's so many Chases. Chase Owens, no Chase Stevens, no Chase Daniels,
Chase
Owens. Yeah. I mean, people know those names and stuff, but
most people do.
His show goes on, and they did a cold promo in like a gym. And there's two girls sitting behind the guy he's doing his opening promo for the show.
I actually
like I said,
this.
Tony's been doing his show for a while, and like we said, this is what put in perspective. Tony's a professional, but the dude's talking. All of a sudden, you see this girl for about 30 seconds in the background just start juggling her tits
at somebody with a big grin on her face, like, "Hey, get a mouthful of this." And this guy's like, "We got coming up in cruiserweight action. You won't believe what's coming on the line." This lady was over here going, "Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum." So I mean, wrestling is hilarious. I mean, it's low production entertainment. Even the WWE, it's got all that money and fireworks and stuff. I mean, their stuff looks weird half the time. This stuff's never going to be Shakespeare. You're never going to be able to go back and go, "This was as good as the final episode of MASH." It's going to be what it is. It's wrestling, and everybody just needs to relax. Now, what I would like to do for a second, if you don't care, we'll reconvene. Let's show a little bit of what Great American Wrestling is all about.
Honey, it's time to ride the funk train as we board the Mothership with Funkmaster V. Today's guest, the lovely Nina Monet.
Okay, let me tell you something. I'm about to put that skip in that hip. I'm going to put it in your dip, and you're going to walk back to the Mothership, because that's what we're on today. I'm so giddy. I've been talking her ear off all week. I have in here, this is Funkmaster V, Debbie Danger, and I have the lovely, hold my hand. I have the lovely Nina Monet in the hizzy. Now, normally what we do is I have a gong here, and if somebody bores me or disrespects me, you get the gong, gong, gong. But tonight, my dear...
Oh, I'm anything but boring.
Oh, I know you are. She's great, isn't she? Love her. Let me just... I'm going to just shoot some questions at her, and I just hope you guys are just enamored with her as I am.
Shoot away, baby doll. Come on.
How deep is the blue in your eyes?
Oh, deeper than the ocean, sweet.
Deeper than the ocean. Good. Did you hear that? Didn't she? Right. Oh my God, where are you from?
Oh man, I'm down sweet Georgia.
Sweet?
Atlanta, Georgia.
She's a Georgia peach. She is a Georgia peach. Isn't that great? I can't believe it. I swear. I'm just going. Can we dim the lights? Can we dim the lights? Go dim the lights. Go dim the lights. Is that okay? Now don't get away mad now. I don't know. I'm gonna have. Let me tell you something. Oh, Nina, you're so good in the ring too. And it just made. I tell you what, this is just crazy. I know we haven't discussed this. Are you gonna dim the lights? I tell you. Tell my wife if she's watching.
What? You touching me like this?
Well, I've got a couple of kids, but it's nothing we can't handle. But tell my wife, turn the channel. I'm sure Dr. Phil is on. I want to say, of all the wrestlers, in all the world, of all the women that I've ever seen, I just want to say, no, don't make that face. Don't make that face. No, I want to ask you, when I get a divorce, and I get all my child support payment and my alimony, and I get that bankruptcy off my record, I just want to know, will you ride the funk train?
Man!
Oh!
I'm out of this job, turkey.
Turn the camera off! It was a freaking disaster!
This has been the Mothership with Funkmaster V. Tune in next time to see what tasty treats Funkmaster V will have in store for you. Now, more great American wrestling.
I think she likes me.
Yeah. I got to tell you, every bit, if anybody just watched that and said, oh, that girl's fucking attractive, you should meet her in person.
I'm telling you.
I mean, David Duke would be like, that might be the best looking girl I've ever seen in my life.
Well, there's something about her. There's a have you ever seen girls? There are girls that I know that are pretty almost ugly, but they have this, I don't know if it's pheromone or some sort of thing going on, and you're just like, man, I just want to make out with her hard, or, you know.
Well, I think what throws you off so much about Nina is she might be the biggest sweetheart I've ever met.
Yeah. Well, she's terrific.
Yeah.
And
that's a talent that everybody, she's out of Atlanta if you want to look her up, anybody anywhere should use this girl. I mean, she's fantastic in the ring. And
she doesn't have the afro gimmick. She just has the afro gimmick for us, which I love. She looks like a Boondocks character or a cartoon character, which I just... It's like an afro with legs. I went and saw Charlie Daniels once, and it looked like a white hat playing a fiddle from where I was sitting. It's almost the same thing with her. She's just a big old afro. But she is a good worker. She got a hell of a look. She's cute as a button. My wife's not here, so I can go on about her a little bit more than I normally would. But she's frickin'. I was just 45 minutes in a room. I'm telling you. But anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a professional.
Yeah, and you don't need any more of those alimony child support gimmicks.
No, I don't need.
That's the bankruptcy coming off.
The bankruptcy. Praise the Lord.
When I heard you saying that, I'm out in the hallway. And I almost passed out laughing. You're like, baby, when I get to the child supports, I got a bankruptcy's about to come over.
What is the art of making things worse and worse? It wasn't she, and I'm just, I mean, and, you know, my Debbie Danger in the background, nobody can say enough about the way that she is awesome, too. But, I mean, Nina Monet's reactions were priceless. So was Debbie's. And
Debbie's.
We got a lot of talent.
Debbie's something special, man.
Now, one casualty of us throwing that show away, do you feel like talking about hot dogs, or do you want to do something else tonight?
Hot dogs?
Yeah, we left a story out from last show.
Why am I not remembering hot dogs?
Hot dog contest.
Oh yeah, no. Let's let that come back to us congruently.
Because congruently or organically?
Organically.
Okay.
Let's let that one kind of fold back into the mix, because I mean that's a great story, but you know it's like I said, we can hold that off for a little bit. That's we told it too quick, and I need to forget it a little bit so I can.
Yeah, because then you'll be doing you'll be doing the morning zoo. Well, that was funny. Let's go see what's happening at the traffic here with Chuck Skycopter. How you doing?
Hey, pal, this is Johnny Skycopter. Hold on. Yeah! All right, that's our morning zoo impression.
But, shoot, I was going to say something, and then you just kind of derailed my thought process there with all the bodily stuff that you talk about. What? I guess I'm done. What else you got for tonight?
Well, first of all, I actually do have, we could probably talk a little WWE shop.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
John Cena, Undertaker, Repo Man, Tatanka, Tino Santana, Bob Backlund, the Iron Sheik, the other guy, those guys.
In the world of World Wrestling Entertainment,
Funkmaster V and Big Luke share their thoughts on the world of World Wrestling Entertainment. All right, here we are. I'm Big Luke. That's Funkmaster V. Funkmaster V, did you watch Raw this week?
No, man, I don't watch that.
This concludes the world of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Beautiful.
It's great. But said I don't know.
I remember now what I was gonna.
Okay.
I was gonna. You actually, us doing the world of WWE had jarred me. You know, me and you are not 100% of the like mind. You know, I mean, you have your own thoughts, and I have my own thoughts. Of course, everybody does, and you know that's the good thing about.
Yeah, but we're about on. I'd say we're on almost like a 75% wavelength.
It's close. It's either 60 or 80 or something like that. I mean, you know, we're pretty close. You know, and that's why we can do a show and be friends and not kill each other. We're more like than not. But you know, it bothers me when things do not work perfectly. Like, I obsess over them. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to stuff. And I'll go back and I'll look at one of my videos that people have said, God, this video was funny and I got so much joy out of it. And I'll go back 2 or 3 years later and I'm like, I hate every freaking second of this. How did anybody like this? I'm the worst at that. I have erased things out of history that I probably, when I'm an old man, will hate and be like, why did I do that? Why did I erase, pictures out of off of flash drives of family vacations? This is an ugly picture.
Well, see, I like little details. I know you like things that you like things to run smoothly and be as perfect as possible. But yeah. I love little screw ups. Wow. I love it. In Harry Potter when you can see. You can see a cameraman in the background once in a while, or you're watching Troy and you see chemtrails in the sky. I mean, shit like that. Makes me laugh.
Oh, sure. Well, and that's kind of my point is, anybody getting too serious about the sport of wrestling probably just needs to take a Zoloft and lay down with a nice red wine and watch a Netflix marathon, because it's never ever going to be perfect. It's never going to be excellent. It's the best you can do is you can kind of wrestle the thing in a headlock and get it into the pretty good pile, because
this will kind of lead me actually to what I was going to talk about with the WWE.
Cool.
It is, and this is what is happening when you take things too seriously, when you can't have a sense of humor about it, when you nitpick and stuff, and you fall into the serious problem of now you're getting worked. I'm watching. I guess SummerSlam happened this weekend, and then Monday Night Raw happened, and I actually tried watching a little bit of Monday Night Raw because it was like, oh God, the Dudleys came back, and oh God, it's Sting, yeah,
cool.
And I was that's what I said. I was like, cool. I guess I'll fast forward to it, and then I see the Divas Revolution, the Divas Revolution's going on, and I started watching. I'm like, oh God, this is fucking god awful. They had some kind of promo that's just terrible, but then you got these people defending it, and you got these people shitting on it, and then you watch all this other stuff, and people are. Oh, they shouldn't have ended the Undertaker-Brock Lesnar match that way, and blah, blah, blah. And what's this going to happen? What's that going to happen? And Mick Foley put it all into perspective one way. He said, oh, imagine the Paul Heyman promos that are going to come out of this.
Cool.
Everybody was getting, and most of the people on my Facebook are wrestlers. And they're sitting there talking, they're getting worked. Guys, don't get worked.
It absolutely... And I don't want to give anything away, and don't give anything away. But even in our neck of the woods, so many dumb motherfuckers are getting worked right now. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
And you bring it into the thing. Let the damn sport entertain you. We live in such a, I'm not only are we in the 90s where we can watch TV, and not only are we in the double aughts where we have the internet so we can read the dirt sheets online. Now we've got all the social media where you can go online and see 5,000 people's opinions about everything as it's happening in front of your face. And it's like, that is no way to view anything. I mean, don't, whether it is wrestling or a play or seeing a concert, let yourself have the damn time to form your own opinion. Let yourself absorb the art that is taking place in front of you. Let it tell a story. If you come out and say, so-and-so is making so-and-so look bad, well, hey, there may be a damn carrot that they already thought about down the road, and you're just showing that you don't fucking have a clue what you're talking about.
The last time, and this is probably the only time I've really watched WWE. I mean, I didn't really watch much of the Batista and Edge era of WWE, and I didn't watch much of the John Cena at all.
Yeah, I didn't like that Edge era
I
thing.
started getting kind of back watching it when, like I said, I really don't watch, and I'm not trying to sound like an elitist, but when Daniel Bryan was on NXT, when he started up with the NXT show and Daniel Bryan came on, then the NXT, I don't remember the name of it, where they formed a group and they beat the shit out of everybody in the ring and beat the shit out of John Cena. I started watching it then, but then I kind of slacked off a little bit and didn't watch much. But then when Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam was supposed to get the title and everybody wanted him to get the title and they didn't give it to him and they fucked him over.
Was that
and then
last
they gave
year?
him that was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then they gave him another shot and they fucked him over and everybody's like, they're keeping Daniel Bryan down and they're doing this and all these wrestlers are getting worked. They're keeping Daniel Bryan down. All of that. Triple H even said it on the podcast earlier this year with Stone Cold. He goes, I have to find a new ways to work the smarks.
Yeah.
It's exactly what he did. He built all that up, all that anger at, if you got it, Triple H is a character he wanted you to be mad at. So he fucked over the guy you wanted to be behind. And then they finally gave you that moment at WrestleMania where he wins and the crowd fucking erupted like a crowd has never erupted before.
Well, and just let the damn thing, I'm not a fan of the WWE. I don't know none of the shit you're talking about, but I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, these people who are writing these shows are not idiots. I mean, there have been really bad times in the history of the WWE, but let it let yourself be entertained, because if you're getting up there worked up because a man is not being booked to win a belt, the reason is they want you to watch next month when he's going to have another. I mean, it's that simple. Don't be a dumbass.
And they want you to, it's basically, some things are wrote to be stupid. Some things are wrote to be great. Some things are wrote to piss you off. Yeah. That's just how, but when,
pissing you off storylines is what draws you back in.
You get a character that's a total goof, okay? And, like say you write a story for a character that's a total goof and you haven't debuted him yet. Like, let's just say, what was the Funkasaurus guy?
I don't know.
The
guy that ripped me off. I hate him.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't remember his name.
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay. They cut promos for him like he was this big badass, and then all of a sudden he come out with, doing the Funkasaurus or what, thing, and the crowd went fucking nuts and then all of a sudden people went, oh, this is a goof. Oh, fuck, you are working us. That might be happening right now. And I mean, I know some people. You're
working me?
No, some people get so upset, and it's so. I mean, and believe me, I smile, and people message me on Facebook. You got to see what this guy's saying. I would go over there and read it, and I'm like, he's getting worked. But it's you got to understand that if you're a wrestler or a promoter or a smark or whatever, in a locker room something. See how something plays out before you fucking rib on it, because you might be getting worked, But I love it. That's my favorite thing right now is working people.
Well, let me just say, if you've made it this far, congratulations. You're level 5. God makes beautiful things, listener. And I want to close the show here, Luke, with a song.
It's hard to close the show.
Yeah. I want to close the show with a song. No, I'm just kidding. I want to, and I want to put this on blast. I want to put the area on blast. not a harsh blast like a George W. Bush yellow level blast, but
Not like a sandblast, but like just
No.
kind of like a pressure sprayer with water.
nope, a little bit, a little massaging of the bobalones.
Oh,
As well.
oh, easy.
Easy with that. And all I want to say is this, and then you can,
Bestiality!
no. I want to say these
Oh,
notes.
hey, Vito, rip that. That's a pretty good one. I got into that.
Yeah, well, that was exciting for me.
And oh yeah, thank you, Vito, for putting us over so much in the last couple episodes. That's really cool of you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry we haven't been on about 11 days or 12 days or something. But guys in this area, I love you. And I want you to know something. With TXW and all the stuff I've done for a lot of the wrestlers around here, I have cared about the wrestlers in this area more than just about any other wrestler has. I've put a lot of people on TV. I've driven places to shoot videos for people to get them over. I've had great ideas and I've had bad ideas. I've had all of this stuff to get you guys over and to have, I used to do these DVDs for TXW, which was a huge waste of time, but I would put these things together and spend hours editing them and doing all these angles and stuff, trying to make stuff look good for the wrestler to look good and for the wrestler to have something to go, well, this was kind of nice back in 2011, this video exists with this commentary and these graphics, I appreciate that. I did that to help the guys around here because East Tennessee still is at this moment, hopefully that'll change very soon, is just kind of a black hole. Everybody is backbiting. Everybody is trying. It's like a bunch of lemmings or a bunch of some sort of rats trying to climb on top of each other to get somewhere that they're not going to go. Have fun. And I want to tell you something. If you want to start working with Great American, I want you to really think about something. Work on your character. Because as much as I love you guys, and as much I've always talked highly about you guys, and it's like who the fuck's Funkmaster V? But when I talk to people who are not in wrestling, I'm like, man, you got to check these guys out. There's a black dude who wears a mask and he flips around, and a cowboy and a giant, and I'm trying to get people to come to these matches, man. You got a king, and you've got a guy named Shane Daniels, and stuff that.
Yeah, when you see the King, or when you see Shane Daniels, or you see Menace, you see Caddy, you're gonna want to see him again.
Yeah. These guys are great. And there's other people that think are local legends that constantly dump on you and when they go other places, rag you out and say that you suck. And everybody continues to kiss their butt. I don't understand it, but God bless you. But here's what I want to say. Great American, whatever you thought of the first show, here in about 4 or 5 shows, it's going to get a lot better. And it's going to get a lot better. It's going to get a lot better. And here's what I want you to do. And this is what I'm doing. I'm lifting again. I'm tanning. Whatever your weakness is, work on it. Get better. Get better. Stretch. Get a little bit bigger. Get some better looking gear. Get some boots. Get rid of them tennis shoes and kicks pad. Look like $1 million. But more importantly, and then I'll let you have the rest of the show, Luke. More importantly, work on your character. Because if you're not popping off the TV, you're not going to be booked. And if you're boring and you sound like you're unsure of yourself, you're not going to be in front of a camera. You're not going to be talking. If you sound like a moron, you sound like a mook, you sound like you're unsure of yourself, you stammer over your words, you say the same shit people have said in this sport for 20 years, you're not getting on TV. Come up with something creative, have the balls, have the bobalones to get yourself noticed. You may have to shift a few gears. You may have to change a gimmick or two. Get on the damn TV. Have fun. Get rich. Hopefully. That's a joke. But, get exposure. Because I guarantee you, Luke, this is the truth. The people that were on TV Saturday, they were in front of more people than anybody who's not on television to that degree is going to be wrestling in front of for a whole year. I mean, there's they said the people at the station said the old Great American show sucked, but the ratings still got 40,000 people.
Yep.
we're hoping to double that within a certain amount of time. I hope to triple it. I mean, whatever. But no matter how good you are at these shows, no matter how much I like you, no matter how much Luke likes you, no matter how much Jason Max likes you, no matter how much any of the other people involved like you, it's not about like, it's about, are you going to suck on television? And if you're going to suck on TV, I'll see you down. We'll go shoot some pool together, but you're not going to be on television.
Well, I've got to add to that. I will say this. First of all, if you are going to, I get about at least usually about 2 or 3 a day, and the last 2 days I've gotten probably 15. If you're going to message me or Great American on Facebook, guess who answers that? Me, and ask to work, you might not want to be in another group talking shit about Great American. Okay. Second of all, if this is my new policy, and I think the owner backs me up on this. If you want me to look at you for Great American, what I'm going to need is your trainer's name. I'm going to need a YouTube video of you wrestling, and I'm going to need a picture of your boots. So if you don't got any of that, don't send me a request. And I'm not being a snob here. This is TV, guys. I mean, I'm going to tell you this one story real quick about a little gentleman named Wayne Adkins. Wayne Adkins is probably one of the most well-respected by the wrestler in this area. He's up there with Menace as, just a respected wrestler. Word. I saw Wayne at ETCW last night or Saturday night, and he come in and he took his shirt off. So we're going to practice a little bit. Me and Wayne are going to work with some of the younger guys in the ring. Okay. Before, and we're there 4 hours early to work with some younger guys on the show. Wayne takes his shirt off. Wayne was an in-shape guy. Wayne is now ripped. Wayne had you would almost swear his tan was fantastic. And I said, Wayne, why are you doing that? He's like, because I'm debuting on Great American next week. In a month, the dude lost 25 pounds and lifted weights every day, got his cardio up, and went and tanned because he understands that he's going to be on TV. And I could not be happier signing Wayne Atkins to Great American Wrestling.
That's a fantastic story. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not perfect. Luke's not perfect. We're all not perfect. We all could be a better form of ourselves. Nobody's going to be perfect, but we can all be excellent. And as we make this run, whether you be with us or another TV show locally or another TV show locally or another TV show locally, whatever, man, look good, man. Just, let's bring some pride back to the sport and, just let this be a good run. And if this is going to be called the Saturday Afternoon Wars,
so that's the best name I've ever heard. Because who's fighting a war? Come on now.
I don't know, but somebody it's been coined online. If it's going to be the Saturday, if it's going to be us or them, and you're going to have to, the wrestling fans are going to have to decide. I guess I'm not sure. Tell you what, let it be a bloody war, and let's go down swinging. Hey, and we got to end the show to keep it under an hour. I just want to say thank you, Noah, for ridding me of that fear.
What the hell are you talking about?
The last time I saw Noah Richards, I think he was losing his mind. He said something like, I got you to rid that fear, didn't I? Where you can, I have no idea what he's talking about, but God bless Noah. He thinks he helped me somehow.
I think the problem with Noah is that he actually does have beef with Carla.
Well, fuck him.
I love that guy. He's so weird.
He's a weirdo. All right, man. This has been God Makes Beautiful Things. I'm Funkmaster V.
I'm Big Luke.
All right. We'll see you on the flippity flip. Does that make me sound cool when I say that?
Yeah, a little bit.